I love sports.
Sports.
This is the Sports Page with Mitchell Williams on 97.3 and 99.3 SuperTalk, Mississippi.
Hey, good afternoon and good evening, and welcome to the Sports Page here on SuperTalk, Mississippi, 97.3 and 99.3 on your FM dial, so to speak, old school terminology. Hope that you've had an awesome week. Want to thank everybody that's listening to us south of Hattiesburg on 97.3 and north of Laurel on 99.3, east to west. As far as Waynesboro on 99.3 as far west, some on 97 and 99.3 near the Columbia area. Thank you for listening to these radio stations on SuperTalk, Hattiesburg.com and SuperTalkLaurel.com. My goodness, it's such a beautiful week. Beautiful weekend. It's going to be a beautiful week this week. And just want to come back again before we get started to thank everybody for these last 2 weeks of your support of FCA and just the support of just a lot of the community things that happened 2 weeks ago for Holy Week, and then prior to that for all the coaches that sent. We had 18 schools send kids to the quarterback club the week before the last weekend of March, and then we had a baptismal service on Tuesday during Holy Week, and then we had communion with our Southern Miss coaches that morning, Thursday morning early during Holy Week, and then the Good Friday Breakfast of Champions with Swayze Bozeman. Swayze was remarkable, speaking from his heart and talking about Micah, the book of Micah, chapter 7, verse 7. And in all the schools, we had 77 champions of character from our area schools. And we had a bunch of them, my goodness. And thanks all the coaches and all of our huddle sponsors from all over to help us here in FCA of Southeast Mississippi, which is part of Mississippi FCA, which has over 400 huddles across the state of Mississippi. So, and then I don't know how many we got from the nation. I got to find out. But we're the largest campus ministry in the entire world. So we're so grateful for all the support that everyone has given us. And, y'all, we're not done yet. We still got a couple more things to do. We have Tyler Mitchell, who is on Mississippi FCA staff. He has a pickleball tournament, which will be going on across this area coming up this week. And then the Bobby Myrick FCA Golf Classic, y'all, it is set for Monday, May 4th. Yeah, usually we play that tournament on a Friday, but now it's on a Monday. Monday, May 4th. It's going to be here quick. So if you want more information, go to southeastmsfca.org, southeastmsfca.org. What's going to happen? Well, if you hit a hole-in-one on a specific hole, you win a Toyota, brand new. If you hit 3 straight putts on the putting hole, they're straight, 3 specific putts, you win $5,000. On a particular hole closer to the hole, you'll get a suit, brand new suit if you want one. There will be poke sausage dogs on the turn. If you do 9 holes, we'll have it. We'll have lunch provided on the course from Sully's, and we'll have an awesome good time on a Monday. So if you're a banker or even you got a church group or something and you want to support the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, if you can't play, maybe one of the best things that you can do to support us is be a hole sponsor. We anticipate over 120 to 150 golfers that'll play. That's usually about the average every year. So that'll be businessmen, pastors, and coaches, and community members that will play. And to get your sign out there would be great. We'd love to have you. And you can email me at mitchellwilliams@fca.org, mitchellwilliams@fca.org. You want some more information. Or just go to the website. And then if you want more information daily, we update something daily on our Facebook of FCA of Southeast Mississippi. And we're on Facebook, so check us out. All right. So our baseball team, y'all, lost 2 in a row for the first time this past weekend when they fell to Louisiana Lafayette. Our Eagles were ranked 10th in the country at the time. Right now, we're still in the top 25. I think as high as 20th or so, I think. The Golden Eagles are third in Sun Belt play, and they're tied with South Alabama, Louisiana Monroe, and Troy. The big game, another big game against Ole Miss, which is hot. They've won 5 of their last 6. They'll play them tomorrow in Pearl. And then they will host Texas State, which is number 2 in the Sun Belt Conference beginning Friday. And so know that these are some big baseball games this week. Ole Miss playing them in Jackson on Tuesday night. And then you have a really big game, big series against Texas State, which is 24-12 and 9-6. Softball-wise, some information. Our softball teams in the state are doing pretty good. William Cary's 30-9. The Golden Eagles, the Lady Eagles, are 29-17. Belhaven 27-7. Mississippi State's 34-11. Ole Miss is 26-18. Mississippi College 25-16. The new basketball coach at William Carey, you'll know more about that, or maybe heard some, maybe get some more information on Crusader Talk, which is at the top of the hour. They announced this week that Macomb native Philip P.J. McCray, Coach McCray, will replace Coach Knight as the men's head basketball coach. He's been Coach Knight's guy the last dozen seasons or so. He played for Coach Knight coming out of Southwest Community College. And, of course, y'all know Coach Knight has won more games than any college basketball coach in the history of Mississippi, 819 games in 44 years. Winningest college basketball coach in our history, in the 8th overall in the NAIA. Speaking of winning, Coach Anderson, who is at Southern Mississippi, begins his first year. And, we've had 2 scrimmages, and the last one was this past Saturday. And he talked to the media after the first scrimmage and talked about what he wanted and what he looked for. And, it's really interesting because when you're a coach like Coach Anderson, who comes in basically having to start all the way over, that's exactly right. 79 new ball players, and then really having to evaluate oftentimes without an enriched relationship with the player. But he has put in some mechanisms to not only for the coaches to get to know the kids, but for the kids get to know their own teammates. And so it's a brand new year. So Coach Blake Anderson talked about a little bit about that, but he also talked about the progress of his football team so far. So let's listen to Coach Blake Anderson after the first scrimmage.
Just hit me with your overall impressions of the day.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe the setup.
No, we wanted to get about 70 plays with the first group and about 60 with the twos. A lot of it controlled, normal D&D, all of it open field. No scores on the goal line. So, it was possible to go through the day without scoring. I was kind of surprised that we did there late a couple times. Effort was really the premium. I want to see guys play on discipline, try to avoid a bunch of mistakes. I think we did pretty good there in terms of just flagrant type mistakes that get you beat. And then physicality, and I really think the tape will show that. It's hard to say, man, until you go back and really rewind it and fast forward it and kind of look at it, dissect it. Both groups played hard. The energy was pretty good, and there's plenty to work on. But for 6 practices in, pretty good test.
Yeah, and to that, you got to be happy with pitching kicks.
Yeah, no, we did. We threw and caught pretty good. Didn't turn it over. Now, so your defense has got to create them, and offense has got to stay away from them. So one group's happy, the other group's not. Probably offense had a little bit of upper hand in terms of third down production, but there was good on both sides. It's a good test and a good barometer, I think, for where we're at, and we can definitely teach and learn from it. Look forward to next Saturday.
I thought for the most part it was pretty clean as far as not as many penalties for this low into spring.
I don't know, man. I don't know if that's just they won't throw them or maybe it's clean. I never know. I tell them to throw them just like a game, but it's not a group that works together a lot. I think there may be some probably should have thrown it But you're right. We didn't have a lot of holdings. We didn't have a lot of false starts, guys off sides. It was pretty minimal. Couple things here or there. So in that sense, I think that was.
Know that the showcase, y'all, the showcase for Southern Miss football is on Saturday at 12 noon. Everybody's invited. 12 noon, you can come and see the 2026 edition of the Southern Miss Golden Eagles where it stands now. It still has to go through a summer development. And then the dog days of the fall in August where kids improve and get better and better and better. Know that the Eagles begin the season against Alcorn State University. And then the second game of the year heads to Auburn in the Plains. So, but all eyes are for this team to get better in jail and get to know each other and create a kind of chemistry out of the culture that Coach Anderson wants to create and is in place as we head toward the fall of 2026. Well, in just a minute, we'll check out what's happening at Jones. Last time we talked to Sean, there was some teams nationally ranked. Yeah. Let's see what's happening when the sports page continues when we come back.
This is The Sports Page with Mitchell Williams on 97.3 and 99.3 SuperTalk, Mississippi.
Welcome to SuperTalk, Mississippi, and The Sports Page. We're so glad to be with you. My goodness. We've got a host of things going on in that area, y'all. I mean, and a lot of it includes, of course, things recreational. But also, too, there's some things happening on our collegiate front, and they're really most notable. I mean, some softball, some baseball, and golf teams, tennis teams, all kinds of things, and not only on collegiately but on the high school front. But let's talk about what's happening on the collegiate front with our good friend Sean Wansley, the Sports Information Director at Jones College. Hello, Sean. How you doing?
Hey, Mitch, I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing really, really well. Really, really, really well, man. I'm excited because, the pollen has kind of slowed up a little bit around me, so I can kind of, yeah, man, I can breathe a little bit. It's good. Really, really good. Good. So I know this at your place. You got nationally ranked teams doing stuff. Give us an update with first the baseball Bobcats.
Yeah, baseball. Coach West Thigpen's team, they went 2-2 last week. They're 30-11 overall, 13-5 in conference play. Split with Colin and East Mississippi last week. This week they will be at Meridian tomorrow for a 1 o'clock doubleheader. I believe that was originally at 3, and they bumped it up to 1. And then on Saturday, our baseball Bobcats will host Northeast Mississippi in the 2 o'clock doubleheader. And, of course, as we mentioned last weekend, we're having the reunion this weekend for the 2016 National Championship baseball team. So those guys will be in town on Friday, having a gathering at Dr. Jesse Smith's home Friday evening, and then Saturday they'll be recognized at the baseball doubleheader. Softball, Coach Torrey Dew's team having a great year. They are 37-8 overall, 16-4 in the conference. They went 5-1 last week. They split with Colin, who leads the league. I believe Colin is 17-3. Jones, Pearl River, Northwest, all 16-4 in second place. It's really, really tight right there. But they split with Colin and swept Kahoma and East Miss. They will host Meridian in a 4 o'clock doubleheader Wednesday and go to Northeast on Saturday for a 2 o'clock doubleheader. So baseball and softball, just a couple of weeks left in the regular season. We'll be in postseason play here the 1st of May. So certainly a lot to play for right now in those sports.
Yellow, listening to Sean Wansley, Sports Information Director at Jones College, talking about those swinging baseball and softball programs that are doing what they do usually now this time of the year. And So what's in terms of the postseason, Sean? What's that look like? I mean, if you win, if you play second, what's that look like? Who hosts? What is that picture like?
Yeah, the way they're doing it this year on softball and baseball, if you finish first or second, you will host a 4-team double elimination tournament, and then those two teams, whoever wins those two tournaments, will play each other for the region championship. So in softball, I believe it's going to be a one-game winner-take-all championship. They start May the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd with their 4-team tournaments, I believe. And then the following week, they have a winner-take-all. In baseball, the top two will host a 4-team tournament, and those two winners in baseball will play a best 2-out-of-3 series to determine the region champion. So just a little bit different there for both of them.
My goodness. So you have that. But I tell you what, I'm talking postseason for baseball, softball, but, man, tennis is always in the postseason.
Yes, it's death, taxes, and Brooks Buffington winning championships. Three sure things right there. The women's team at Jones, they just won the region tournament over the weekend here in Ellisville. 3 straight 5-0 wins over Meridian Northwest and Co-Lin. So they are 16-0, finished the season undefeated, and
Crazy.
they will now head to
Crazy.
Sumter, South Carolina, May the 2nd through the 6th for the national tournament. 22nd appearance in the national tournament, and they've now won 58 straight matches. Just really,
That is
really remarkable.
Unheard of. That is remarkable. Oh, wow.
Unbelievable. And the men this week, they will be hosting the region tournament here at Ellisville Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The guys are 14-1 on the year. They will play East Central at 8:30 a.m. on Thursday. And then win that match, you play in a semifinal match at 10 a.m. Friday. The championship will be at 10 a.m. on Saturday. So Coach Buffington and the guys, certainly a lot to play for this week. And if they finish in the top 3, they will head to the Nationals in Tyler, Texas. I believe that's in the middle of May. So tennis doing great. Got to mention golf. They opened the conference tournament today over in Brookhaven, and Coach Bob Harrington's team had probably their best round of the year. They are even par as a team. They're in second place overall right now after one round. I believe they're just a couple of shots behind, 2 shots behind Gulf Coast. So that tournament will end tomorrow at Brookhaven, and if they could just hold steady right there, they'll play in the Gulf District tournament in 2 weeks up at Brandon at Castlewoods Country Club. So looks like all spring sports are doing quite well at this moment.
I'll tell you what, I mean, you have all that. Oh, my goodness. So you have all of that, and it's kind of, we're last 2 weeks of April, first part of May coming up, and you're mentioning the first part of May with all the postseason stuff happens, and then soon the school shifts. They have a little time, but then soon everybody shifts into the summer stuff that will happen on Jones's campus. So anything else you want to add? And then how do they keep up with this stuff when I'm talking about some of the camps and all the other information that a lot of folks need to kind of maybe hint into? Maybe it's kind of
right.
Yeah, because school will be out and some opportunities will be available.
Yeah, go to jcbobcatcamps.com. Information about all the summer camps are on there and all sports. Just go to that site and you can find the particular sports you're looking for the camps. They'll get rolling in May, late May. I know football is doing some camps in late May. Coach Pollard, Latrell Pollard, I believe we're in the middle of spring practice right now. I think they're going to finish that up next week. So we're going to be looking at camps for them and the other sports as well. Also want to mention right now I'm over at Dr. Smith's house. We're having a steak and shrimp dinner for the men's soccer team.
There he goes.
Championships. Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah, we had the dinner last week for volleyball. We've got men's soccer tonight. We've got men's basketball tomorrow night, and in 2 weeks we've got tennis. So it's not for the faint of eating. If you're a diabetic, you need to bring your pills because that's what I have to do when I come out to all these championship dinners. Bring my pills and enjoy an evening. So that's what we're doing right now. We're honoring men's soccer this evening.
Hey, Sean, has Brooks's team tennis been over to Dr. Jesse Smith's house more than anybody? I bet you they have.
Probably so. He's won 6 regions in a row on the women's side, and pretty much the same conference and region on the men's side. That they'll be here, I guess, in 2 weeks is when their dinner will be. So I tried to talk them into having a separate one for men and women just to get an extra meal, but they kind of look down on that.
Yeah.
So we'll do them both at the same time.
Keep working it, Sean. Keep working it. Keep working it. Keep working it. All right,
I will.
My friend. Tell everybody how they can keep up with everything, and man, we're so excited to see how all this thing's going to finish up.
Yeah, jcbobcats.com is our main site. The schedules, the rosters, game stories, and results are at jcbobcats.com. And folks can go to X, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram and search Jones College Athletics for all the up-to-date information about the Bobcats.
Sean, thank you so much, my friend. Let's talk same time, same place next week, okay?
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Sean Wansley, Sports Information Director at Jones College. And, man, it ain't our community college system. I was saying that on Saturday, talking to a number of coaches. Our community college system is such a blessing, y'all. It affords opportunities for our kids in our state like very few other ones. I mean, if you play a multitude of sports, football, basketball, baseball, volleyball, soccer, tennis, golf, there's opportunities. And then, we'll talk at Pearl River. We'll talk to Dylan in just a little bit about e-sports. There is rodeo. There are just opportunities for a lot of our kids here in our state. So if you're a parent or one of our kids that are just trying to get a scholarship, hey, look, if they don't get a D1 or D2, man, go to community college, get developed, and then oftentimes they get to choose where they want to go. We have a really good system here, and all the administrators and the coaches know each other across the networks. So it's really, really good. The good thing, too, also for us in FCA is that there's a Fellowship of Christian Athletes chapter at Pearl River. There's one at Jones. There's one at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. There's one that's at Colin. There's one at Southwest. Yeah. You go up north, there's one at Hines. There is one at East Mississippi. There's one at East Central. That is one at Meridian, where we've got an opportunity where a kid, if they want to grow spiritually, we got a chapter there, and we got someone there that they can talk to. All right. When we come back, we'll talk to our good friends, Dylan Dunaway. We're going to try to run down the Sports Information Director at Pearl River when the sports page continues in just a moment.
This is The Sports Page with Mitchell Williams on 97.3 and 99.3 SuperTalk, Mississippi.
Hey, welcome back to SuperTalk, Mississippi. And we're rolling through gathering information, giving information, all kinds of things. So, man, we're delighted that you are spending a little time with us. This program is always between drive time, between 6 and 7 on Mondays. So we're just running around, and it's good. Let me give you a few updates on a few things. The two former Mississippi high school stars, Jake Mangum and Connor Griffin. Y'all remember those guys? Griffin, the 19-year-old rookie, is the first teenage Pirate since Bill Mazeroski in 1956. Mickey Mantle was the last teenage player for the New York Yankees in 1950, right? And this young man, he is out there. He's just doing it. And he was a Mississippi high school star. And, of course, Jake Mangum. Everybody knows Jake. Maybe a lot of folks may know the Mangum family. They've just been just an awesome family in our state of Mississippi. And both of them are playing for the Pittsburgh Pirates and doing really, really, really well. And so we're excited about this conversation about baseball and how it has grown, right, in Mississippi. And it is something, man. And so know that even just the other day, the Dixie Youth Baseball opening days, opening day ceremonies were held last week at Tatum Park, and seeing all those kids. And it starts there. There are so many young people that are playing collegiately, both in the community college, D1A, D2, community college, transitioning to even the pro level that play Dixie Youth Baseball. And they're everywhere. And that's why our baseball teams are ranked around our state. I mean, especially down south between Pearl River and Jones and Mississippi Gulf Coast. They're ranked for a reason, because a lot of our kids that play on those teams started playing at a very, very young age. And, man, they're good. They're really, really good. So we're excited about what's going to happen. And this is the time of the year, y'all, as we head toward May and, seeing what that looks like. And it could be, it could be really, really good on every level. So, but it's also time for spring football. And spring football, spring football is one of those things where you really don't, you get a glimpse of them, and it's kind of changed now for everybody who's going to the Southern Miss Showcase next week. That you may not see, tackling and all. You might, maybe a little bit, but not a whole lot, to make sure kids don't get hurt and everything else. Because, now, you invest a whole lot in players these days, and you don't want to lose a kid before you actually can play them. So the spring game is now kind of a spring showcase, because then and it's at 12 noon at the stadium, and then in a few hours, then everybody will transition to baseball, where Southern Miss will take on Texas State. We have two new coordinators. One would be Joe Bolden, who's the defensive coordinator. He was the special teams coordinator last year. And Coach Kyle Cefalo, who comes over from University of California. He had been an offensive coordinator for Coach Anderson before. They met the media just a few days ago after practice, and here's the defensive coordinator from the University of Southern Mississippi, Coach Bolden, and he'll talk about a little bit about his story, and also what he hopes to accomplish this coming spring.
Man, I go back to when I first played, playing offense, defense. Believe it or not, I punted too. So it wasn't completely out of norm. And then in 2019, I kind of got into special teams with a guy named John Baxter. He's kind of an OG in the business, but have always kept my nose in the offense and defense sides. Like in 2019, Graham Harrell was the offense coordinator at USC. Clay Help was the head coach, and I had the ability to poke my head in and sit in meetings, offense, defense, and then obviously special teams with Coach Baxter. And I've always kept my nose and my foot in the defensive side of the ball. It's where I'm rooted. That's a lot of special teams. It's beautiful. Special teams just tackling, blocking, running football, and defense is now other than the schematic part of it, I've been teaching the fundamentals of football since I started coaching, and it's been preached to me by every single guy that's been my mentor. Everybody from my dad in Little League all the way up to my uncle in high school ball, and then going up and playing for Greg Madison and Brady Hoke up at Michigan, then Jim Harbaugh and DJ Durkin and those guys. It's the fundamentals. It's not what you do, but it's how you do it. And when Blake gave me the opportunity to really interview for this position, there was no hesitation. It's something I've dreamt of. Everybody has career goals, but in doing so, you make calculated steps and moves all the way up into that point. And I'm thankful for Kevin Wilson. He gave me quite a few things to handle when I was at the University of Tulsa. And then Coach Huff bring me down here to run the special teams. And I told him, believe it or not, I said, I'm not just doing special teams. I'll go crazy. So Coach Nichols last year, really good opportunity to get back into the back end. Other than that, I've really coached every defensive position, and this is finally a time to cut it loose. And a lot of years spent trying to get to this point, and been blessed with the opportunity, and thankful for every single one of those guys on the way that have believed in me, And I believe in Coach Anderson. I believe in his values for this team. I believe in the staff that he's assembled and really the freedom he's given me to run a defense that hopefully is very fundamentally sound. It will be very fundamentally, technically sound. Obviously working through that, long ways to go, but really blessed with that and thankful for him.
How do you try and create chemistry with a whole new group of defensive guys?
Yeah, so I think Coach A said it. We're standing here and we have completely new team, completely new staff. Obviously, you guys are still around and stuff like that, so you get to see the changes, the differences. Number one, if you don't care about them, right, they know that. If you don't love them and pour into them, those guys know that you have to have the best interests of them personally and developing them as a person, as a human being, as a football player, academically, to get them really to where they want to be. And then the football part of it, that's something we all love doing. And sometimes it's hard to wake up in the morning, your body's sore, especially those guys, and you really get you don't have to, but you get the opportunity to strap on the pads. And these guys come out, and every now and then they need a little kick in the rear. But most of the time, these guys are motivated and for the love of the game and the opportunity that they have, because we had a whole bunch of guys that, people didn't want, people counted out, which is totally okay, and everybody's missed out on opportunities in life. And we got a good group of guys right here. Some of them was their last opportunity to play real football. And I got to do my part just as well as all these other coaches to give them the opportunity to put their best foot forward going into game one in the season and playing in a bowl game and stuff like that.
I want to speak a little bit to, a lot of people run the 4.25, ran it last year.
Yep.
You got to speak about, I try to identify them from coaching trees to kind of pick up things. You got to speak about your philosophy, maybe where you've drawn your experience in this, this different iteration of this defense.
Yeah, so, it's funny. Most guys that get defense coordinator opportunities really come from an immediate coordinator where they're going to just essentially copy and paste. And for me, it was a unique opportunity because I've worked for so many guys that I've had the ability to take what I like in those schemes and really tie it in and make sure that it ties together. And then, when you get into football, there's calls and certain things that you're like, how did they end up on that? And it's like, now there's a whole bunch of memorization where that'll slow guys down. So, with my background, really the really good defensive coaches, going from Don Brown, my first year GAing, playing for DJ Durkin, even with Alex Grinch out of Wazoo, just a different type of style of play that was in the Pac-12 at the time with a lot of quarter stuff, a lot of quarterback run game. And then being able to get and really reunite with Greg Madison at the University of, or at Ohio State, and then Kerry Combs. It's just, there's such a broad knowledge that I was able to, and blessed with the opportunity to just pick their minds and really be a sponge. I think about some of the guys I've been around, and people would pay millions of dollars just to sit in a room with Larry Johnson for 30 minutes. I talked to Coach Madison a week ago, and I sent him a video. We were hitting that sled down there, and that's his favorite sled. And when he was coaching Redler, he said Ray hit it every day, and so you'll see the backers hit it every day. And I believe in, like I said, the fundamentals, but it really starts. I go back, and it's not what you're doing, it's how you're doing it. And it starts with the head coach, his personality, then it comes through with my personality and all through the coaches. So it's how you coach, and really, everybody's going to play, quarters, everybody's going to play cover six, some version of something, right? Offenses are too good just to kind of sit back and sit in one defense now. So we'll be active. You'll see quite a few things. Hopefully we can simplify that. We will simplify that for these guys so they can just cut it loose.
Coach Bolden, the defensive coordinator at the University of Southern Mississippi, first year. Defensive coordinator with special teams coordinator last year. Y'all, he's quick, and he's real quick, and he's seen it all, and great husband and father. And, man, I love the guy. Really, really love him. And so we'll get see if we can get Coach Cephalo interview on soon. Also, we'll get Dylan Dunaway from Pearl River. We'll try to get him on really soon as well. Don't forget now, Southern Mississippi, the Eagles take on Ole Miss tomorrow, Tuesday in Pearl. If you got ESPN Plus, you'll be able to see that game as well. Two teams that are nationally ranked, and it's a really big game. Eagles will play a 3-game series against Texas State, which is second in the Sun Belt this weekend. Don't forget the football showcase for Southern Mississippi, 12 noon for football. 12 noon at M.N. Roberts Stadium, free of charge. Come over there and check out the 2026 Golden Eagles. I think you're going to see a team that's got a lot of depth in a lot of good places, and I think our team, which I really, really like, we got a lot of high-character kids on our team. And especially when you're just getting to know them, some of them you've only known them for like 3 to 4 months because it's all they've been on campus. So, yeah. Also, too, don't forget the 14th annual Bobby Meyer FCA Golf Classic, the Hattiesburg Country Club, Monday, May 4th. We'll be on with Michael Mergens on Wednesday morning, talk a little bit more about it. Go to southeastmsfca.org, southeastmsfca.org, and click on events. And all the information is there. If you can't play, be a whole sponsor, or maybe you want to sponsor a team of coaches. We'd love to have you. My email is at mitchellwilliams@fca.org if you want some more info as well. When we come back, we're across the T and dot the I, and the sports page continues.
This is the Sports Page with Mitchell Williams on 97.3 and 99.3 Super Talk, Mississippi.
All right, welcome back to Super Talk, Mississippi. My goodness, hope you and everybody else is doing right. Know that Crusader Talk is at the top of the hour. You know that the Crusaders have a new head basketball coach, and it's down the stretch run for baseball and softball. So that's on 97.3 with Caleb and Joshua. So you want to stay tuned to that. Again, that the Southern Miss baseball team plays Ole Miss in Jackson at Pearl tomorrow. And as we head toward the next couple of weeks, y'all, we're going to find out about the postseasons of all of our teams, especially the ones collegiately. And then also, too, on the high school level and softball level, too, our kids are, a lot of our teams are in district and heading towards South State play really, really soon. And then we'll see how everything kind of shakes out. So it's going to be good, going to be good. The Masters is done. How about that? Yeah, the Masters is done. And we had several people at the scrimmage yesterday, I guess Saturday. And there were several people who have been to Augusta. And, of course, Rory McIlroy became just the fourth golfer in history to win back-to-back Masters. And shot a 12 under par. And a couple of people talked about the grass. But, it leads to, it's just beautiful. It seems like a rug. But it leads to the discipline of producing that kind of turf every year at the Masters in April. They have it right. And two guys that I talked to, former football players, say it was just really incredible. I've been trying to finish this book, everybody, of this book written by Craig Groeschel called The Power to Change, which means mastering the habits that matter the most. And it's seasonal, and it's really, really good. And it said, one of the things that he said in the book, where I'm at, it says that training instead of trying means choosing discipline. Training instead of trying means choosing discipline. Discipline means choosing what you want most over what you want now. And to experience real and lasting change, to finally live the life you want, you choose discipline. Yeah. Discipline means choosing what you want most over what you want now. And to experience real and lasting change, to finally live the life you want, is to choose discipline. The problem is you don't want to. Well, maybe at least in the moment, Pastor Groeschel writes. So The writer of Hebrews speaks of this exact concept as it relates to discipline. In chapter 12, verse 11, he writes, "No discipline is enjoyable while it's happening. It's actually painful. But afterward, there will be a peaceful harvest of right living for those who are trained in this way." That's in the New Living Translation. Note the words discipline, painful, right living, and trained. Discipline, painful, right living, and trained. I was talking to a friend today about just that. You know, if we could be disciplined and the people around us would be disciplined, what kind of product that we would have, and maybe even relationships would be even better. And, you know, I think discipline is one of the key things that you hear from coaches all the time. No matter what the level is, it's discipline, 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 discipline. And I think using that line where discipline means choosing what you want most over what you want now, I think Nick Saban maybe originally wrote that line. But where it really ends is to experience real and lasting change, to finally live the life you want. You choose discipline. You know, living in the public eye for a long, long time, y'all, people will say that they know you. Or, you know, and they really, y'all, it's not like that. I love and respect and everybody. But in terms of knowing someone, it means that you spent time with them. And also, too, you've had the discipline of spending time with people. And so when we've talked to men's groups and significant and influential young guys are coming up, we've always told them to keep your circle small so that you'll have the discipline of relationships. Because outside that circle, most people may not even know you. They think they do, but they really don't. So keep a small circle, just like Jesus had. Jesus had a real, real small circle. And you keep a small circle, but then out of that small circle, man, you might get the wisdom and also the accountability and also the support of men who really, really love you and know you, other than what they would like to think they know of you. It's the people who spend life with you and do life with you that know the most. So y'all get that. Maybe this will help somebody this week. Discipline means choosing what you want most over what you want now. But to experience lasting change, to finally live the life you want, you must choose discipline. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 11, no discipline is enjoyable while it's happening. It's actually painful. From all of us to all of you, we hope that you and yours have an awesome and incredible and fruitful week. We'll talk to you same time, same place next week. Crusader Talk is at the top of the hour on 97.3. Take care, everybody. God bless.